Anthony Hartwig here with another fall sports season preview. We're joined by the volleyball coach over there in Brookfield, Andrea Grimm. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, no problem. Thank you for having me.
We know that everyone's excited for Brookfield volleyball, but before we talk about this year, I want to just kind of recap last year, some of the lessons that you think the team kind of was able to take from it, and what you hope the returning players kind of bring from those lessons learned from last year.
I think the biggest thing is just not giving up and finishing the plays. So making sure that you are there for your teammates and, helping them get through a hard time and just supporting each other and then finishing the play, whether it goes in or out or wherever it may go, just trying to finish that play, making the hustle move and trying to get that good outcome.
I know a volleyball season is long and you're trying to fit a lot of games into a small amount of time, but last year it seems like you guys started really well and finished really well. So what kind of things are you trying to do to make sure the middle part of that season has that same consistency?
We're doing a lot more of the team bonding at practices, which I think that carries over onto the court really well. I think at some point they get burnt out from all of the drills and all those kind of things. So we like to mix it up with a couple of team bonding things to kind of break up the day and break up the monotony of, this drill, that drill, the other drill. And that keeps them kind of fresh and refocuses them to stay motivated for that goal.
Let's have our meet the team session of the interview where we kind of let you go through your roster, the big names of the team, and maybe some new faces that we'll see on the team this year too.
Sure. So we have our two returning seniors. We have Elena Pemberton, who is a defensive specialist, and we have Leah Wodarski, which is our powerhouse outside. She can hit any ball anywhere. She jumps out of the gym, and she's only 5'4", I want to say. So we're really excited to see what she does. We have a lot of juniors coming back: Brooke Montgomery, Murray Craig, Riley Burge, our setter. We also have, excuse me, we have Alexia Baker, who is our libero. She can pass any ball from anywhere. And then we have a lot of freshmen this year, which is really nice because it brings kind of a freshness to it. But we haven't really decided who's going to go where because there's a lot that are really close to, each other with that competition and pushing up and ahead of those spots. So that one's going to kind of be to see how it goes as the season progresses. So you guys will get a couple of surprises there.
Ooh, we like surprises up here. One of the things you have to talk about with Brookfield is, Kaylee Wellman losing, such a big member of your offense and also one of the best blockers in the area. What were some things that you saw from the summer and just trying to kind of fill that spot that she leaves?
I mean, Kaylee's shoes are huge to fill, no doubt, absolutely 100% true. We have a couple of people who kind of stepped into that role of a different position, and they are doing really well at it, and we are just trying to make sure that they are focusing on what they can do, not what somebody else has done that they have to do. So it's kind of more of a focus of this is your job now, this is your role, and a lot of them have been stepping into that really well.
Let's talk about your schedule. We'll start with that MVAC that you play in. Very tough conference. Everyone knows the teams that are in it. You have Southeast coming in as a new team this year as well. Mm-hmm. What do you kind of see out of the MVAC? What are you expecting out of it? And what do you guys want to get out of the conference as well?
I mean, I feel like this year it's going to be super competitive. Not that it hasn't been in years past, but I feel like a lot of our teams are really well matched and really well balanced. So I think that everyone's going to get to see a lot of really great volleyball. I mean, obviously we have our big dogs in Crestview and Garfield and things like that. But I think everyone's going to get a really good show this year. And I'm expecting us to do really well. We've had a really great summer. We have really great practices going on, and our momentum is all positive and on an upward swing. So I feel like we're going to go really well, really far in the conference.
When we talk about the teams that pop up on your schedule that aren't in the conference, that are kind of just there to test you guys and get you guys ready for postseason, what are some teams that pop up that you're excited about?
We always play Ursula in our first game, and that's one of our most important ones because that kind of sets the tone for us because they're always such a great team out of conference to kind of start our momentum going into conference. So that one's always a fun challenge. We have Maplewood this year, who we played over the summer, and they have a lot of really good talent there. So that's another one that'll kind of prepare us for, that next level, especially with the division change in the tournament. And then we have Bristol and we have Matthews and Badger. So those are a couple of games that we really like to, take advantage of and really compete with them because they bring it to us for sure.
Last year we talked to you and it was your first season, so you were trying to establish kind of just your philosophy, your culture, and everything you wanted the program to be. Now that you've come into this second year, what kind of things do you see that solidify your culture? Do you start to see that kind of starting to take shape, and do you start to see the program starting to kind of become what you envisioned it when you took the job?
100%. This year, I feel like since we have a lot more coming up, we have I think 12 freshmen. I want to say. The role of, we're positive, we're working hard, we're all in, we're 100% effort all of the time. I think everybody has bought into that, and I think that carried over all the way down to our middle school. So I think that is like the biggest thing. Like, our parents are all on board, they're supportive, they're doing all the things they need to do for our girls. I think just everyone's 100% in, and that's just pushing us even further, because that's a huge part of being successful as a team and as a program, is having all that support. So I think that is one of the huge things that's a little bit different this year. We have so much extra support coming in and kind of backing our girls.
Do you think it's a big advantage, not just for the team, but yourself, to not have to spend extra energy trying to, like we said, establish what you want out of the program and establish kind of your expectations of not just the girls, but the parents and the community? Now, that's all established and you can just focus on other coaching duties.
I think that's huge, because when you take away time from what you're supposed to be focusing on as a coach, it's kind of hard to, bring back that time. So it's really nice to have the focus 100% on, this is for the girls. This is what they need. This is what they are earning. This is what they deserve. And I think everybody understands that. And since everybody does understand that, it's really, really easy to just coach and know that we have the support behind us.
We never let one of these interviews go without letting the coach talk about their staff that they have with them, because we know that even though they get the interviews, that they're not doing it alone. There's a lot of people behind you, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you talk about your staff from middle school all the way up to your assistants and the people that are making this program, great?
So our middle school staff, we have returning coaches, Coach Fondrick, Chris Fondrick. He's been coaching, it seems like, forever with Brookfield, whether it be basketball or volleyball. And then we have our coach Becca. She is going to kind of help Fondrick with the 7th grade, but she's also our 8th grade coach, and they are both fundamentally sound, so they kind of get them ready to come up to us, which is really helpful. And then this year we have a couple of different coaching changes for the high school. We have 2 alumni from Brookfield, as a matter of fact, joining me. Madison Ferrillo, she is going to be the JV coach, and then Tara Lee Johnson, she is going to return and be an assistant volunteer coach. With both of them, it's huge, because we have a defensive specialist in Maddie, and then we have a setter in Tara Lee. So it's really helpful to get all that extra knowledge and, spread that out through the girls. And it's just a nice, fresh change. And the girls seem to really be responding well and enjoying their time with them.
How cool is it to have 2 Brookfield alumni that have played in the program come back and give back to it?
It's an amazing thing, because you already know that they know what it's like to play here, and they know how the program should go, and they know what the expectation is. So it's been really refreshing, actually. And I think it brings a really fresh perspective for the team. And I think it just kind of motivates them that much more, because Tara Lee was my setter, as a matter of fact. So them seeing that dynamic that still exists, I think it kind of motivates them to want to have something like that and have that bond. So I think it's been huge. It's been a super big help.
We know the community is excited about it. So when is the first game they can come out and watch the Brookfield volleyball team?
So our very first game, it's a non-conference game. It's the Saturday the 17th. It is at home. It starts at 10 o'clock, and it's against Ursuline. And like I said, that one's always a big one, because it's super competitive, and it's going to be a fun one to see.
Starting on day 1, Brookfield wastes no time. The first day of games, Brookfield's out there doing it. Coach, we are so happy for the season to be here. We can't wait. We wish you the best of luck this year. And we also can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.